Welcome back, Wargamers, to another KingBonezai video. This video is a terrain review for the Iron Hills terrain set that I got from Wrightwargameterrain that Alex Wright made. So, this is the terrain. It's a lot of Iron Hills stuff because I really love Iron Hills. So, first off, I'll start with the different pieces and then I'll talk about why I think of things as a whole. Should you get it, like, maybe not this terrain in particular, but should you get terrain from Wrightwargameterrain or not, and why that is. So I'll start off on the left side of things with the forge. First off, I think I'll start with what these are, and they're made out of styrofoam, high quality insulating styrofoam, which serves a double purpose. It's fairly sturdy, it's quite light, and I do believe, I have not tried this myself, but from what I've heard it's quite easy to sculpt, which is important if you plan on getting any kind of detail. So, yeah, for terrain building materials, it's pretty sturdy. I mean, if you were building this out of plywood, I don't think you could get anywhere near the detail that you get here, and good luck trying to transport a castle made of plywood. That'd be pretty heavy. So, yeah, that is just one thing to know, is the main material, as well as some of the rocks, are plaster. And sand also for extra detail. So just, those are the materials. So first off, now I'll get back to the forge and what I think of it. This is an absolutely amazing piece. The fires obviously go in there. There's a chimney going up. Dwarven symbols. Here's the backside. So lots of dwarven symbols. I really like the gray with the red accent. And some people said these kind of looks like the bow for Middle-earth 2. I don't know exactly if that is it, but I've seen some pictures of an artist's idea of the Iron Hills, and this fit it quite well. And I think it quite feels what I think Iron Hills should look like. So this is a dwarven house. There's a bit of brickwork up here on the chimney. It's also tinted brown, so some kind of brown soot smoke. There's a door on the back side, once again. Detail etched in quite nicely. There are red shutters to the doors. Question, are these really stone, or are they glass? The dwarves just use their magic, similar to their door magic, to make you think it's stone. But here are obviously some dwarven doors, and a little dwarf face. So dwarves obviously live here, or at least should live there. Here is an Iron Hills chariot garage, and this is the first example of some of the stonework Alex has done. So he has a lot of gray stone in here, but particularly on some of the other stuff, you'll note that there seems to be gray areas and then streaks of an orangey brown. It's actually more pronounced on some of the other pieces, so I'll show that. But what is cool is the iron mountains have a lot of iron. Now, iron would come in a more brown, rusty state of iron ore. So here's the chariot garage. And I'm fairly certain a chariot will fit in there. Haven't tried that yet because I don't currently have a chariot. But yeah, so a chariot should be able to fit in there. Then you can close the garage. Then here's a forward castle. I partly display my models on these, so these castles are big enough to support an entire ballista, and definitely big enough to allow one dwarf to be on it. It's pretty much the same on the back side, except no doors. But yeah, there's this crest over the middle, this highly detailed stone, how he's done it, it's quite textured. And these struts on the outside make it look quite dwarven. And the earth is just dry brushed with some stone dry brushes as well, making it look all rocky. And then this is one of my favorite pieces, the outcropping fortification. So there are some doors here with some stonework etched around here, as well as on this side. Then there are stairs going down, the battlements, which obviously are really competitive if you can put some guys up there, because enemies will have to climb up. And if they win, they then have to go 5+ in the way. And if they don't kill the dwarf, they're falling down. So really good place to put everything. And then there's a cave that goes down. So it looks like it's going down. And then there's also rock features on the back, similarly. So this is more of an example of the streaks of iron ore, which I think it was absolutely brilliant to add the reddish brown rusty iron ore mixed in with the stone, which really makes it the iron hills. So yeah, absolutely amazing. Once again, great texture, great detail. Just the design is very dwarven. And then last but certainly not least is the big centerpiece. And this is just this is the main dwarven fortress, Doom Hall. The main dwarven Doom, or Hall. So he also had some banners added. And I just put those on the top here. And yes, this will fit about, nope, just 3. It'll fit like 3 guys on each of these towers. More up here. And just the amazing and incredible detail and just design that went into this is, with these outstrut pieces that probably give more support, probably make it harder for battering rams to knock it down. As if dwarven stonework can be knocked down by battering rams, I highly doubt it. But then there's also the gate up here, which has the dwarven stonework etched around the middle piece, stairs going down. And then just the detail on the ground is amazing. There's a brown accent and then dry brush with stone to make it just look stone overlaid. Once again, stonework on the sides. On the back, there's stonework as well. And the really cool thing about this is it has several purposes. One, it can just be like a centerpiece for a board that you probably put over on the side middle so that the deployment goes down this way across it, and then it's just on the side. You can use it in siege games. It's great to display your miniatures when you just have them out and you're not playing with them. And it's a great display base for when you go to tournaments. You can also carry them around on the display base. And it's just a great way to show off your miniatures in general. So it's an absolutely amazing fortress, and definitely the centerpiece and my favorite piece of this Iron Hill set. The one other thing is the rocky ground, and that has mostly dirt with some rock dry brushes and then some plaster rocks, and these just add some more terrain onto your board that you can use for whatever. As you can see, I'm displaying my Gundabad force on these parts. So yeah, the pros of this is obviously amazing detail, just having it constructed. Alex is absolutely amazing at designing terrain. If you've seen my interview, we talk about how he got into it and whatnot. But yeah, the quality is amazing, the thought he puts in, and just, because he designed this, and the symbols and everything he put in here. And it's absolutely amazing. So, yeah, the other pros is that if you are not as skilled, which is probably most of us at terrain building, he obviously is doing an amazing job, and to be honest, there probably aren't many people as skilled as he is in the world, so that's a definite plus. You get the best you can possibly get in terrain from him, as well as if you don't have, you're spending a lot of time painting your miniatures, you may not have time to build terrain. Even if you'd be willing to, it saves you time, and you get the best that you can get. There are a couple cons. The first is one that honestly anybody should expect. It's custom work. It's kind of expensive. Rather expensive, actually, but let's be honest, anytime you're getting custom high detail work from a professional, someone who's really good at what they do, you should expect for things to cost a decent bit. If you're not, yeah, it's just, you should expect that you get what you pay for. It costs a lot, but it's really good. The other con is sometimes there's a little bit of edges here. Now, he may have left that in the dry brushing process, simply because to try and fix that might look a bit weirder if you had a solid streak of gray, so he may be having that. There's a bit that happened on the door too, and I find it's really only on this section, but I found every now and again I found like a little pink spot where the spray paint he primed clearly didn't get. I'm not seeing many of them now, but there's a couple. So possibly it would be helpful if he did maybe another once over, or maybe it's a thrice over if he already does, but those little edgings and missed spots are really the only con that besides the one you'd expect in all of this. So I definitely say that if you have room to put the terrain and you're looking for a terrain designer, you should definitely go for Wrightwargameterrain, because this is absolutely exquisite. This isn't actually the first stuff I've gotten from Alex. I've gotten a board which he's adding stuff onto as well, making upgrades, so that I will do a review for later, but as of now this is my review, and yeah, it's definitely well worth getting terrain from him if you are looking for excellent terrain. So be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Like my page, and like me on Facebook. This is the first time doing that, and be sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Support your Hobbit hobby, and Akman Ruki Astu. Thank you.